Start Unit 7. So Unit 6 class discussion was going over and the talkative barber we have studied. Now we are coming to the next unit, that is 7. So in this Unit 7 we see extraordinary things. That means at night what we do? We sleep, and the daytime we do work. And here in this land, topsy-turvy land, everything is upside. When we go in a bus through the road or in a aeroplane by air or train through land, here in this topsy-turvy land, all are going vice versa, upside down. That means buses will go, instead of on the road, they go on the sea. And boats, ships and everything, whatever is going on through the water will be going on the land. So everything in an extraordinary way we used to see. That means everything in upside down. Understood? So that is the difference what we see in the topsy-turvy land. Now you got the idea of the lesson? Okay, now we will look. Have you ever thrown your school bag on your bed? That means as soon as you go from school, as soon as you reach home, the first thing is what you are carrying on your back. What will be there? Your bag, school bag, which is being always carried on your back. So as soon as you enter, if your mother or father, whoever is not waiting over there, what you will do? You will go straight to the bedroom or any room or in the front sofa, or you will throw your bag on that, isn't it? That is natural as far as all the children are concerned. Some children, what they will do? They will show polite manners, isn't it? What they will do? They will go straight to their study room, take out their bag and place it on the table or on the chair, isn't it? But some are very naughty. What they will do, especially boys, what they will do? Just they want to take out from their bag and throw it somewhere. But which is the correct one you have to do? Either go straight to a place, to a study room, or to a place where you can keep the bag on the table, or on the way itself, as soon as you enter, throwing it out. Which one you will prefer? Yes, the second one is the best way we have to do. Whatever things is there in our hand, we should not have the habit of throwing it. What should we do? We should go to that particular place where we can keep those things, isn't it? And it will be safe if we keep in such a manner. Next one. Have you ever left your shoes and socks here and there? That is also another habit. Getting inside the room itself, throwing your shoe to one direction and the other shoe on the other direction. That also we should not do. We should go to that concerned place where we have to leave our shoes and socks. Next one, have you ever played with your ball in your room? And some children have the habit of playing inside the room, isn't it? With a bat or a ball or whatever is there to play, they used to play inside the room. Is that good to play bat and ball inside the room? No, it is not good. Why? It may go and hit anywhere. Even to you also. Suppose if you throw the ball in such a way to the wall, it comes back to you in that great force, and if you are there, it will come and hit you also, isn't it? So it is dangerous. Now, does your room sometimes look like this? See the picture in your. How many of your rooms are clean and how many of your rooms are like this? We should not keep our room like this. Like this means untidy. Always our room should be clean. See, always our room should be clean. Clean and tidy. Clean and tidy. We should not become untidy. Throwing all the things, throwing your dresses, your bag, books, everything is there. Everything, some are lying on the floor, some are on your bag, and I don't know what all, the pencil, pen, everything are scattered. So we should not make our room like a mess like this, isn't it? Did you understand, all of you, how you have to keep your room clean and tidy? That means all the things should be put in the proper place, properly. If it is dress, it should be hanged out neatly, and if it is books, it should be arranged properly. Your shoes on the shoes place, and your bed, your blanket, whatever pillow, everything should be very neat and tidy. Understood, all of you? So I hope from today onwards you will take care of that. You should take care of that. Now we are coming to the topsy-turvy land. One such upside down land. So topsy-turvy land means upside down land. What do you mean by upside down land? So when you are standing straight, your head is on top and your heels down, isn't it? And when you are upside down, how you will be? Your head will go down and your heels will come up. Understood now? What is upside? So the land is how it is straight. Whatever we see, all the houses, buses, everything on top of the land. When it is upside down, everything comes down, and which is on the top, land is on the top. Now see. The people walk upon their heads. The sea is made of sand. Children go to school by night in topsy-turvy land. So in topsy-turvy land, people walk upon their heads. How is the people walking? Not on their heels and toes. Heels and toes are on the top, and now they are walking with their head. How can you see that? When we do circus, we usually had seen people walking with their head. That is a sort of activity done by the people of the circus, where they had practiced more, isn't it? So in this topsy-turvy land also, we can see people walking upon their heads. So first thing is, what is the first thing? People walking upon their heads. Walk upon their heads. Then sea is made of sand. So what is the sea? Sea is full of water, isn't it? Here sea is made of sand. So where do we see the sand? We see the sand where? On the land, isn't it? And the sea is covered with the water. But in topsy-turvy land, sea is full of what? Land. Yes. Sand it is there. Children go to school by night, and children going to school. Third one, going to school. What time are they going? At night. So when do you go to school? During your daytime. And here, when are they going to school? At night. So everything in the opposite what we are doing, isn't it? We are walking with our toes and with our feet, where topsy-turvy land, they are walking with their heads, and we are having the sand on the land. But in topsy-turvy land, sea is covered full of sand, and there is no water. So the land will be covered with what? Water. Just you think. Now third one, children used to go to school at night. Here we are going to school in the daytime. So at day, night, what are we doing? We are sleeping. But here in topsy-turvy land, what are they doing? They are going to school. So if that comes to you, how do you feel? Your sleeping time, you have to go to school. Suppose you think your sleeping time, you have to go to get ready and go to school. How do you think? For 1 or 2 days you will go, and on the third day what you will do? You will say, I am not going. Why? Because it is actually our sleeping time. You see, all of a sudden if it changes, can we tolerate it? We are not able to tolerate. Now the next one. The front door step is at the back. So in every house, every entrance, we are having the front door. But in topsy-turvy house, all the entrance are at the back. Entrance are at the back. This is fourth one. Entrance at the back. So we are having the back door where we close it, isn't it? And that means if you open the back door, it will be on the kitchen side, isn't it? And if you open that, it is the backyard of our house, back surrounding area of our house. But all our entrance, everybody enters, and where the door is always open is where? In the front. But in topsy-turvy, they don't have that front door, and it is where? At the back. You are walking when you stand. You are walking when you stand. So no standing. Actually, when we are standing only. But what will they do? They will be walking, and that is said to be standing. You wear your hat upon your feet in topsy-turvy land. But I am wearing hat upon your feet. That means why the hat is on the feet? Because it is on the top, and what they using for walking? Head. They are using their head, isn't it? They are using their head for walking. So while walking, head is downwards. So where is the cap placed? Cap is placed. What is on the top part? What is on the top part? Feet. Like that means the feet here and then head here. So with this head they are walking. Head down, isn't it? So with the head they are walking, and so their legs are on the top. So what is here? On the feet they place their hat. We place our hat where? In our head. But in topsy-turvy land they place a hat on their feet. Why? Because upside down. They are walking with their head. Understood now? Next. And buses on the sea you will meet. And because the sea is full of sand, so what will go in the sea? Buses. All the vehicles which are going on the land, now in topsy-turvy land, where will they go? They will go in the sea. Because sea is not of water. Sea is full of sand. So buses go there. With pleasure, boats are planned to travel up and down the street, topsy-turvy land. And on the land, boats travel on the land. That means land is water. So, what will go in the land? Boats will go in the land and buses in the sea. Think about the buses going in the sea in our place where it is surrounded by water. It is fully of water and buses going in the water. Imagine during the flood we have seen, isn't it? Are we able to move in that water, moving water, any kind of vehicles? During the flood time when the roads are full of water, we have seen buses, cars and all kind of vehicles moving. How it will be? When they move, all the water will come inside, isn't it? But in topsy-turvy land, the comfortably the buses are going in the sea and boats go travel on land. You pay for what you never get. I think it must be grand. For when you go, you are coming back in topsy-turvy land. So when we are going, instead of going, what are they doing? They are coming back. Understood? And when we are coming, they are going. And also, you pay for what you never get. And for what we don't need to pay, they are paying for that. And those what they have to pay, they are not paying also. Understood? So this is what is happening in topsy-turvy land. Now got idea what is topsy-turvy land? Look, the people walk upon their heads. The sea is made of sand. Children go to school by night in topsy-turvy land. The front door step is at the back. You are walking when you stand. You wear your hat upon your feet in topsy-turvy land. And buses on the sea you will meet while pleasure boats are planned. Where the boats has to go? What is going in the sea? Buses are going on the sea. To travel up and down the street of topsy-turvy land. And boats are going on the land up and down. You pay for what you never get. I think it must be granted. So certain things without payment you will get, and for certain things where you need not pay, you are paying. For when you go, you are coming back in topsy-turvy land. See in that text, there are the pictures. See the walking on the head and the feet. On the feet, what is placed? Cap is placed. So like this, walking with the hands. So hands are the legs for them, isn't it? And the legs are the hands on top. And then see, they are going in the boat. Where is the boat going? On the land. And buses on the sea. See how the travelers in the buses and how the travelers are there in the boat. So everything is upside down. Understood? So in the bed also, how is that? Bed, everything will be upside down. The place where we are sleeping, it is on the floor, and the legs of the bed will be on the top. Now got the idea of topsy-turvy land? Or did you get the idea? Now topsy-turvy, that means upside down. Pleasure means feeling of enjoyment. Grand means great fun. When do children go to school in topsy-turvy land? So when do the children go to school? First question, when do the children go to school? Children go to school at night, isn't it? So first one, children go to school daytime or night? Yes, they go to school. What time are they going? At night. In the poem, if buses travel on the sea, then where do the boats travel? Boats are traveling where? Boats travel on in the land. In the land. How should it rightly be? So it is natural, because if the sea, buses are on the sea, then the boat will be in the land only. The topsy-turvy land is very different from our land. Let us draw a comparison by filling in sentence wherever needed. People walk on their heads. In our land, how do the people walk? In our land. So first one, people walk on their heads. Walk on their heads. So in our place, walk on our feet. Then the buses run on land. Buses on land in our place. There buses. Where are the buses? Buses on the sea. Third one. They wear their hat on feet. Hats on their feet. Because they are walking on their head, so the hat is on their feet. And in our land, hats on our head. Yes, we wear hat on our head. Now for boats sail on the sea. Boats sail on the sea. And here, where are the boats? Boats sail on the land. Boats sail on the land. Then fifth one. People pay for what they don't get. For what they don't get. So they will pay for that, but nothing they will get. But here, pay for what we get, isn't it? Pay for what we get. So these are the differences we find between topsy-turvy land and in our land. In our land, the topsy-turvy land, they walk on their head. And in our land, we walk on our feet. Then buses on the sea in topsy-turvy land and buses on land in our place. And hats on their feet, but in our place, hats on our head. Then boats sailing on the land, but in our place they sail on the sea. And fifth one, they pay for what they don't get, but here we pay for what we get. So these are the difference. So whatever we does, it is just the opposite of what they are doing. Understood? Fun with words, pleasure, treasure, measure. That means meaning different, the spellings different, but what is there? The sounding is same, isn't it? And only the spelling as well. Sure is coming everywhere except the starting of the word. The next one, wear, tear. Then stare, wear, plant, canned, stand, strand, topsy-turvy, hurly, curly, whirly. The words in the sentence are jumped here. Rearrange them today. Rearranging means making it into a meaningful sentence. So without having a meaning, without having a sense of meaning, it is not a sentence. A sentence means it is arranged properly to where it is giving a meaning, complete sense, isn't it? Then only it is called as a sentence. So here jumped words, certain words are jumped together, and can we read it and have a meaning for that? Now the first one, Renu, naughty, is a girl. So when you read this, Renu naughty is a girl, are you understanding anything? No, we are not getting a complete meaning here, isn't it? We are not getting a complete meaning here. So when we arrange it, suppose we arrange it, Renu is a naughty girl. Then it is having a meaning, isn't it? Here we are having a meaning. What is the meaning over there? What kind of a girl is Renu? What kind of a girl is Renu? Naughty girl. So when it is put in a proper way, in order to give a meaning, it is said to be rearranging. Understood now? Second one, untidy, room, her always is. So how will you arrange it? So like this it is coming. Untidy room, her always is. So any sentence ending with is proper? No, isn't it? It has to be put somewhere along with the verb. So how will you write? Okay, we can bring this her first. Her, then room. How is her room? Is always untidy. That means how is her room? It is always untidy. So what is always untidy? Her room. Then only that meaning is over there, isn't it? Now coming to the third. Mother, her advises her clean to eat. So with a number of words are there, but we are not getting an idea, proper idea we are not getting, isn't it? That means mother, her advises her clean to eat. We are not understanding what is being said here properly. So when now we have to arrange it. Okay, start with the her. Her whom? Who is advising? Her mother. Then advises. Advises whom? Advises her. What to do? To clean it. So what her mother advises? Her mother advises her to clean it, isn't it? So who advises her to clean it? Her mother advises it. Understood now? And now the fourth one. Never listens she her mother to. Never listens mama. So her mother advises her to clean it. Now here, yes, she never listens to her mother. That means not obeying her mother, isn't it? Her room is always untidy. Her mother advises her to clean it, but she never listens to her mother. That means it is always untidy. And the fifth one, kind of what child you are. It is a question mark. How you will make? Yes, bring that what first. What kind of child are you? You are no. Are you? Again, put that question mark. Clear to you? Kind of what? So, the certain words cannot give you a meaningful complete meaning or complete sense. Only when we are arranging it properly in their correct order, we are able to understand the meaning of that sentence. Understood now? Clear to you? Now, try 5 things that you do at home to make your home look neat and tidy. So that you can do. What are things you do to make your house look clean and tidy? First of all, starting we have said how we have to keep our room clean and tidy. Yes, we have to arrange all the things inside the room in their proper places. Suppose books are there, all the books should be arranged in the bookshelf. And if the shoes rack is there, we have to put the shoe rack or shoes in that rack. Our bed, pillow should be in the correct place, then blanket, mattresses, everything should be kept properly. Your school bag and your books which has to be taken to the school should be arranged properly on the table, and chair, table, everything should be in their proper place. So 5 things you can write. Now the next one, let us imagine a topsy-turvy scene and describe it in the lines below. Right. How is the topsy-turvy land? When in topsy-turvy land, all the people are walking on their head, then they are placing their hat on their feet, then buses are going on the sea, then boats sail on the land, then what? Children go to school at night, yes, and they pay for things which they don't have, isn't it? Now, 2 stories get mixed up. Sort them out and write them in the appropriate place. So, one is the magic kite and second one is who did the lion eat. We thought the lion had eaten someone. Suddenly, the kite lifted him off the ground and took him over the treetops. He saw a shoe in the lion's cage. Finally, the kite brought him back to the park. Our class had gone to the zoo. Puran was flying the brand new kite in the park. Some children stood and screamed and some ran to the director of the zoo. Puran was frightened and excited. The lion had not eaten anyone because the shoe was one of the lion's toys. So mixed together, a kite story and a lion story, isn't it? Both are mixed together. So from here you have to find out which are the sentences based on the lion story where the name lion is already given, and which are the sentences based on the kite. That means Puran flying the kite. So like that you have to arrange it and bring it and write on your textbook. So that will be a work given to you. Understood? Now next we will go to the next lesson in the next episode. Thank you.